you tend to be able to see a little bit less of what's going on around the bends with all those clocks and what have you getting in the way. Can be quite a distraction. Good to see, though, as we've progressed over the last 10 years or so. I think the infield, the immediate infield around the curbs has got that little less busy. Always remember running on the inside lane when he had the 400-metre hurdles. You could not see the first hurdle for quite a while. Jamaica resting a couple. Nesta Carter on lead-off, very fast starter. Kima Bailey-Cole. Bailey-Cole, who finished fourth in the individual. Warren Weir, the bend runner, 200-metre specialist, silver medalist last night. Alexander Coutts is on lead-off for Russia, who went well in the two, and Dwayne Chambers, who's been on this scene so many times. His first appearance in the World Championships, 1999. Let's keep our eyes on the Britons here. 3 baton changes. Let's see if they can get them right. Trinidad and Tobago have gone off well. The first change for Britain. And that was close to perfect. Good stuff there from Kilty to Akin Tadayiti. Tadayiti's got a bit of work to do. Jamaica have the lead at the moment. The second British change is slick as well. And in fact, they've made up ground on Bailey-Cole and Weir. But it's Jamaica and also Trinidad and Tobago. Let's see if Britain can get the last bat in hand. They can. It's a little bit untidy. Here goes Chambers. Chambers is flying. Great Britain leading home Jamaica. There was nothing wrong with that as far as Britain are concerned. 38.13. They're safely into the final. And Britain have silenced a few doubters there.
Yes, they have. Not before time, the critics would say, and with some justification, but let's give credit where credit is due. That was slick, that was smooth, and there's a certain swagger there to Dwayne Chambers, and he came home very, very impressively. And although it is only the heat, that will have felt very good, Martin, leading home the Jamaican team, albeit one, of course, without a certain Usain Bolt.
Yes, the purists would say you shouldn't take the bat in your left and then immediately shift the stick over to your right hand, but that's being pedantic. Britain got the baton changes. They were slick through all 3 exchanges, and they beat the world record holders Jamaica. Jamaica will bring some bigger names in, as will the Brits, of course. World Championship final in a new decade, isn't it? And he's now made World Championship finals in 3 separate decades. That's not bad, is it, for Dwayne Chambers? 38.12. Good performance there by the Britons. Jamaica, I reckon they've got a bit more to come, but they go through as the second team.
Second heat of 3 then, in the 4x1 for men, and it features the United States. Silver, incidentally, 2 years ago in Daegu. That is the quartet representing the United States. There's Justin Gatlin on the anchor leg, who finished in the silver medal position, of course, in the individual event in the 100 metres. Hong Kong, China go in lane 5. Finished 8th in their heat in London last year, so didn't make the final. And on paper, they are the weakest team in this heat. Yellow and blue in lane 8. First 2 only through to the final. Great Britain and Jamaica already there. Well, starter held them for a long time, but finally they are underway, and already for the United States, Charles Silman has gone out of the blocks like a beast, and it's a good changeover there for the Americans. Let's keep an eye on them down the back straight in the red strip, and already Mike Rogers there up on the shoulder. The changeover there from second to third is good. France also going well, and the United States living up to their reputation as they come into the home straight, and it'll be Justin Gatlin on the final leg, also going well. On the inside is Japan. Japan, actually at this stage, in their first place. Justin Gatlin coming home to And that is a brilliant run from that Japanese team. And the French team with Jimmy Vico well out of it. Justin Gatlin, 38.07 for the American team. No surprise there, but what a performance from the Japanese team in lane 2.
They were slightly flattered by a fumble by that man. Nothing wrong with this change. But let's look at the last one involving the States. Salam on to Gatlin. Now watch Gatlin now. Watch him. Up. Eventually. Didn't do any damage. Can't afford that in the final, though. Jamaica will have them for breakfast otherwise. Japan safely through. Good run from them.
Yes, that was not tidy or clean. But they will go back to the practice ground, the warm-up area, in the next, hour or so before they come out for the final. But Justin Gatlin eventually getting into his stride. 38.06. It's outside by some distance there.
Julian Rus runs the third leg. St Kitts and Nevis have a fine sprinting heritage. Kim Collins, of course, the world champion, going back a full decade now to Paris. Martin Keller. Alistair Clark is on the anchor leg there for St Kitts and Nevis. And Gowan Smelly on lead-off for Canada. Justin Warner will bring home the baton. So this is the third of the 3 heats in the men's 4x100 metres. The 2 fast loser spots at the moment. Trinidad and Tobago, 38.38. And the Spanish, just 8/100ths of a second behind them. Both those times from the first heat. The Americans safely through in heat 2 despite a few fumbling hands on the final baton change. Justin Gatlin eventually getting over the line alongside the Japanese, if you're just tuning in. Good run from the Britons as well. They too into the finals. And Great Britain winning both their sprint relay heats, the women and the men. Smartly away, free from the outside. The Germans have got through the first leg well, and they've got the baton in hand and run on the outside. Canada as well, moving swiftly. On the inside, the Dutchman through Chirendi Martina on the second leg there, although their outgoing runner went off a little too soon. Germany, at the moment, they have the lead. The Italians also moving quite smartly as well. But it's Germany who have the baton, just grasping for it a little bit. On the inside, the Netherlands coming through, and also the Canadians on the outside. But it will be Germany 1, Canada 2, the Netherlands on the inside 3. 38.12, and that should be good news, certainly for Trinidad and Tobago, and perhaps the Spaniards as well. I reckon we'll get 4 teams through from that first heat. Well, let's focus on the last baton change here. No problems at all for the Germans in the end. Julian Rus onto Martin Keller, and it was Keller who brought it home. Good run from the Canadians. Justin Warner bringing the baton home, and the Dutch on the inside. Let's keep an eye on the Dutch time in that final heat. The Germans 38.13, the Canadians 38.29, and the Dutch coming through in 38.41. In fact, the Dutch going